Oh, okay. My name is Teresa Smith, and I am the CEO of Dreams for Change. And the program that we're here talking about today is called our Safe Parking Program. And our Safe Parking Program is for those who are transitionally homeless and living in their vehicle, and not quite out on the streets, but really trying to caught in between. What the Safe Parking is, it provides a space for those who are sleeping in their vehicle to stay overnight, so they can be secured and off the street and not have to worry about getting tickets or harassed. And in addition to that, besides providing that safety, we have social workers that work with them to help look at options to get back towards housing. The vehicle habitation law has been fraught with quite a few issues, not only here locally in San Diego, but really in other major cities up and down the West Coast. The courts have determined that most of the laws that were on the books were unconstitutional, and so the cities in turn were going around repealing the ordinances throughout their different cities based upon this court ruling. With that though, San Diego and some of the other cities are enacting new laws to replace the old vague type laws, and with that comes basically it doesn't really address any of the issues, it's just a replacement of law. So the current vehicle ordinance is this overnight 2 to 6 no RVs, no oversized vehicles on any public streets. And with that law, that's been one that's been in place, and it hasn't been challenged in essence through the court systems. And it does obviously as a hindrance to those who are homeless in those types of vehicles, because they are subject to tickets and fines, and they do receive those tickets and fines. So as we look at any additional ordinances going into place, they are really looking at even restricting that even more so. Well, currently we're the only site that's currently taking RVs at this current moment. And there is a total of 4 safe parking sites through City County. We operate 2, and then the city has 2 funded sites with another operator. They are proposing to bring on an additional site, so they'll bring up to a total of 5. Yeah, so that would be R2 plus 3 of the city sites. The new proposed sites is going to accommodate RVs supposedly at a larger scale, but there's also
over by Qualcomm.
But over by Qualcomm Stadium is where the new proposal is. But even before this site even gets opened, we're hearing already multiple issues and concerns around how that site's really going to work and how it's going to be effective for those who are living in RVs. Because the current city model that's being proposed is a lot of barriers, and it's not very different than how we operate. Yeah, it goes to what we're talking about when we're looking at impounding and really, ticketing those who are in vehicles. First it starts with the ticket all the way up to impoundment to the point of being arrested. And one can get actually arrested. And all we're doing is criminalizing. It goes back to the heart of criminalization of poverty and of the poor and of the homeless. And it's not the answer. We're taking an individual, especially when we were looking at this transitional kind of homeless that are in their vehicles, they are not criminals.
No.
And when they start going down this path, now all of a sudden they have a criminal type record. And it can be very devastating and impact a person for long term and their long term stability.
My name is Mauricio Navarro, and I have been living in my RV for a year and a couple of months. I felt intimidated by the police. I was sleeping in my RV, and at between 2 and 6 in the morning, I would hear knocking on my doors. I always keep a lock outside so they can see that it's locked from the outside. And basically I never came out at that time. Vehicle habitation law and overnight sleeping laws, I feel like that was discriminatory to people who are homeless, given that there is no option other than go. They would only accept that I would park in a private property, or I would be in somebody's house. In my case, they would ask me, and I would say that I'm staying at my friend's house. He lives right around here. I'm just driving by, and that way they would warn me about moving my vehicle after a day. So yeah, they would show up really quickly.